Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. It is August 26th. I'm delighted that you found me and are going to spend a few moments with me today. I have a question. Jared, Ivanka, nothing to say? Why so quiet? Aren't you proud of your daddy-in-law and your daddy? He's a great guy, you know. Let's see what the cards have to say about these two. A couple more quick shuffles. Come on down. Here we go. Jared and Ivanka Kushner. Jared and Ivanka Kushner. Jared and Ivanka Kushner. Interesting. You know, maybe in and of itself that actually does tell the whole story. Let's see. What do we got here? Ooh. Ouch. Uh-oh. Okay. So, well, you're trapped now, aren't you? You're just trapped. You are trapped because you hide behind lies. You are trapped because you owe money to the wrong people, frankly, to countries who are not allies, to countries who are trying to destroy the United States, and to countries who think that your father-in-law, is a lunatic. So, you've got no wiggle room, do you? You're absolutely trapped. You can't say anything. You can't see the truth. And you just need to stay submissive, quiet, and play along. Play along. Play the game. Constantly defending yourselves. Constantly. It must get exhausting, eh? Just must be exhausting. So constantly be in a position where you have no option but to defend who and what you are and the behavior you indulge in. Well, guess what? There's some bad news coming around the corner for you. Is this about money? Is this about legal situations? Is this about people sort of selling you out? I don't know. But it's about something, all right, or maybe a multitude of somethings. They're not in a good place or position right now. Things are starting to crumble out from underneath them, and they have no option because they do Trump's bidding. No matter what. Absolutely no matter what, they're going to stand by quietly, say nothing, and do nothing. Because if they do, it's going to be really ugly. You know, sometimes, honestly, you couldn't plan these cards the way they come out. Okay, there we go. There they are. Two of them. Only in it for themselves. Only about securing what's theirs. You know, this is the thing you got to realize. It's not like that they are so enamored with Trump that they don't see him for what he is. They do. It just serves their interests best if they ignore what he is. So, you have, oh boy, they're going to be in big trouble, okay? So much is going to come out about dirty dealings, about business arrangements that are not kosher. Sorry for the Jewish reference. They're just, they can't speak out about the things that he says about Jewish people being disloyal to Israel if they vote Democrat. They can't anything because they are in service to the devil they know. Just service devil them. They can't speak out. They're trapped by the lies. They can't say anything about religion. They can't say anything about immigration. There is nothing they honestly can say about anything because, one, honestly, Trump doesn't listen to them. And for those, people who think, oh, she's the one who, calms him down. She's the one who makes him see sense. Bullcrap. She does nothing except reinforce his horrific attitudes and ideas, or worse, she is complicit, of course, a word she does not know the meaning of, in staying silent and kind of neither condemning nor condoning. And we all know when it comes to Trump, if you are silent, that means you agree with him. So, I guess money and status mean more literally than anything else. And they're both cut out of the same cloth, make no mistake. I mean, they're sort of almost like clones of each other, right? I mean, he comes from a family that has shady and immoral and they're just nasty. She comes from exactly the same environment and situation. So they completely understand each other. I mean, there is no need within their union to apologize for the behavior of literally anything, because that's what they were raised with. That's what they absolutely know, and to them, it is perfectly, perfectly normal. But dark days are coming for these people. They are. I mean, you've got, this is what, they think they're going to be celebrating. They think they can pull this out of the hat. They even, in their twisted little brains, think that they have a political future. In a weird sort of way, right? They see themselves almost as the Bill and Hillary Clinton of politics. Isn't that ironic, eh? That they do. They see themselves as this political power couple who is in some ways, sort of, I don't want to say not questioned, but who are just sort of insulated from reality, perhaps. Between the Tower and the Four of Swords and the Devil, and of course, let's not forget the Eight of Swords, you're just not looking at a good situation. And what is so ironic about the whole thing is they do it to themselves, right? This guy sits up, he's going to stab his own self. And that's exactly what they do. They are so greedy and so self-centered that they cannot see beyond what they want. I mean, very, very much like Trump. They live in this magical bubble where reality is altered and twisted, and they just carry on in that environment. Okay. What we have here is news coming out about backroom deals, quid pro quos, dirty dealings, and some of the tricks that they use to manifest those intentions. Stuff is going to start coming out. I don't think right away. I'm kind of thinking maybe towards later fall. But I'm definitely getting a sense that there's going to be a lot of information spilling out about them. It is possible, that all of the people that they have absolutely pissed off in the White House are going to start talking and leaking with perhaps a little bit more forcefulness. And so there's going to be a multitude of stories that come out about them and about their dealings, and it's not going to look good on them. And it's going to bring them down just a little bit further. It's a heavy burden that they carry. Except they picked up the damn sticks themselves, okay? They didn't need to carry this burden. They could have disassociated. They could have walked away. But of course, they are incapable of that because at the bottom of it all is their need and desire for money, financial security, and even sorry, Jerry is like right there. And I'm just waiting to see if he's going to decide. Nope, he's just going to lay down on top of me. Okay. Totally about the money, right? Overseas deals, expansion, growth, business opportunities. That's literally their entire focus. They don't have the wherewithal to do what's right. So they continue to do what they think and believe. And this is the thing, right? Okay, it's not only that they think it's right for them, but they also think that they are entitled to it. They think they are blessed because of it. They think that other people speak highly about them and admire them, when really what most people feel for them is contempt. It's a sad situation, I mean, it really is. Shady dealings, secrets, things that look one way on the surface and are something very, very different when you delve a little deeper, and news coming out, things being exposed. And they, of course, are going to try to do a victory dance and say, whatever their stupid story they're going to try to concoct. But honestly, I'm really thinking that they are in for a bit of a bumpy autumn. It's not looking like they're going to have a particularly fun Halloween, Their fortunes, they are a-changing. I wonder if there's going to be some sort of indictments handed down because of some of their business dealing. That would not, surprise me at all. With all of these cups, you've got like emotions that are, emotions that are kind of a little bit up in the air, things that rock their stability, things that rock their sense of security. Perhaps even one of them may be made an offer that they're not really willing to take. They're very reluctant to take an offer. I'm thinking that some of this stuff actually could be legal. And it will be interesting to see if the committees that are investigating, if they actually go so far as to subpoena Ivanka and Jared to testify. Because sooner or later, the courts are going to say enough is enough to Trump. The whole world does not have executive privilege. And just because they're a family, that does not mean that they can't or they're forbidden from testifying against you. And so, this is going to be interesting. News that they don't like, offers coming to them that are not to their liking, information coming out about offers or business dealings. They practice the game of illusions, deception, spinning stories, creating their own truth. And the time will come, and I believe it is rapidly approaching. Where did that tower go? It's buried under here. That things are going to really, really start falling down. They're starting to crumble now. They're on shaky ground already, but there's going to be a big crash, like a really big crash. The Queen of Swords is very often representative to me of the Southern District of New York, that amazing Attorney General that's there, whose name has absolutely just skipped my brain, but you all know who I'm talking about. There's going to be some stuff coming out from that avenue also. And she doesn't strike me as someone who suffers fools gladly. Here comes judgment, and it's going to come fairly quickly. So you have the truth and the law literally charging them, coming after them. You have judgments being made, and you have a change of fortune coming with alarming speed. Wow. Oop. Ivanka is not going to be able to hide behind her, but I'm the Princess Trump facade anymore. She's going to be exposed in a way that she has literally no frame of reference for how to deal with this. She doesn't. She just doesn't. She puts on her little crooked tiara, and she thinks that the world owes her and her life should be abundant and blessed and nobody should dare question her. And she's going to discover that there's a whole lot of questions coming down and a whole lot of decisions being made that she's not going to be particularly happy with. And you know what? Daddy is not going to be able to save her. You know, I'm so sick and tired of something happens and they go silent. And then you get, the Republican strategists coming on TV and saying, they are parents. They are trying to raise a family. They are this and they are that. And that is why they just don't have time to respond to every little thing that gets said. Okay, except lately, the little things that are being said about you and your husband, right? You're Jewish. And from what I understand, we're always Democrats. So, are you also being disloyal to Israel? Are you also being kind of a traitor to Trump if you don't fall in line and do his bidding? Kind of understand why they got nothing to say. As a couple, I don't believe that they're going to be able to steer out of these choppy waters. I really don't. I think that they're going to be encased, surrounded by truths that are not going to set them free as much as they are truths that will restrict their freedom. Look out for the law. Look out for the law. There's Daddy Trump, the fool. I'm so disappointed, so sad, so heartbroken. And if you think that he has had hissy fits in the last little while, just wait until a lot of continual stuff starts leaking about his little darling. Uh-oh, it's going to be like nuts, because he's not going to sit by and take it, quietly. And he will do everything he can. And the reality is he's going to try to, figure out how to pardon them, except a lot of what they've done is at state level. And so he's not going to be able to touch them. And he understands that they have the knowledge and the insight to absolutely bring him down. So then it's going to be a fight about, who do you save, Trump? Yourself or your family? As Linda G is fond of saying, it's time to get the popcorn. It's all about the money. It's all about money. Greedy, greedy, greedy people who just are never satisfied with what they have, and they want more and more and more. And you gotta wonder if part of the reason that they are never satisfied with what they have is because maybe what they tell the world they have and what is actual truth are very different things. Thinking that might be part of the situation we're dealing with here. So, I guess on some level we have an answer. We know why Jared and Ivanka have nothing to say, why they're so quiet. They're trapped. And they don't have the guts or the moral fiber to stand up and say, you know what, you're crossing a line. They don't have any lines. Look who raised them. Apples don't fall very far from the tree sometimes. Okay, so I guess we can look forward to a really interesting fall. Going into winter is sort of the kind of approximate time frame I'm getting. Get out your popcorn. It's going to be interesting. So, until next time, take care, be well, and I'll see you all real soon. Bye-bye.